void of any humanity.
A voice echoed through the room saying, "You should not have come here, Sarah."
She ran to my side of the car.
Her eyes were hollow voids of darkness.
Please, there's sounds of a baby crying.
Welcome to my channel. Today's video, get ready with me plus story time. Up next, at Sydney Renee Everhart.
My sister is the literal definition of doing the most right now. So her boyfriend surprised her with an engagement this morning, and she's a really big family person, so she wanted my whole family to be a part of it. So her boyfriend, or whatever is her fiance now, wanted all of the family to wear light blue so my sister could wear white and stand out in the pictures. I own a million billion pieces of clothes. I have light blue clothes, but my favorite dress ever is white. And I'm sorry, but no boy is ever telling me what I'm gonna wear. So obviously I wear my white dress because it's not a crime to look cute, and I have to stop to get coffee on the way. And we're supposed to be on the beach at 11 to set up for the proposal and be in the right area to surprise my sister. And I tell y'all, the Starbucks line was deep, wrapped around the building. Is that my fault? No. Is coffee a must? Yeah. And I'm a nice person. I would have got my sister a coffee, but hey, surprise, wasn't able to tell her that I was on the beach where she was. Not to mention the proposal being at the crack of dawn. Who gets up and gets ready by noon? I'm out of time. Go to part 2.
Up next, at Haley Gracie.
Good morning and get ready with me for school. So there's been a bunch of drama going on ever since my best friend transferred schools. I'm not on here, by the way, to tear her down or anything. I love her, she was my best friend, whatever. But I have to stick up for myself and what is actually the truth. So that is what I'm here to do. I also want you guys' feedback on if this is reasonable for me to feel this way and everything. So ever since we were little, we'd always talk about graduating together, and we are now seniors in high school. It was just something that we were always so excited for. We've been best friends for over 7 years. Well, on the first week of school, I think maybe the first or second week of school, she decides to transfer schools. But a best friend would usually tell you or give you a heads up hey, this is what I think is actually going to happen. I'm going to switch. Would you like to come with me? How do you feel about this? I'm sorry, this is what's going to happen. Or anything. Just let me know. We've been best friends for a while. Guys, my bronzer cracked. Anyways, so I text her because she hadn't been at school for a while, and I go, "Hey, are you okay? Where you at? What the heck?" As a best friend should, because, I'm worried about her. Where's she at? She continues to say, "Hey, so I'm transferring schools." I was literally whoa, what? It hurt me. Duh. It sucks. It was obviously just a very shocker moment for me, and I was really upset. I couldn't hold back the tears when I found out. She continues to go on about how she wasn't happy at the school, which I understand, and she wants to say that I just wasn't really happy for her and blah, 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 and I'm selfish, which I never once said that I wasn't happy for her, and I actually did say in the paragraph that I'm happy for you. It just hurts me that you are leaving me. I feel like I have every reason to be upset about that, and if I were to leave her and switch to another school on our senior year, out of the blue, she would be upset about it too. Now, I get that she wasn't happy at the school, which I understand, and if you're not happy, of course you need to put yourself first in any situation, but it's the way that she totally didn't consider my feelings at all in this situation, didn't talk to me prior, didn't, in person either, talk to me. Real conversation, real sit down, this is what's actually gonna happen. No, it's just she left. But when you are best friends with someone, that's what you do. You care for them, you think about what can hurt them. It just kind of showed me that our friendship wasn't really a true friendship, which is okay, and I'm literally growing past it, and I'm okay now. At first I was hurt, but I just wish her nothing but the best, obviously, at her new school, even if she might think I don't. I've tried to reach out to her and just let her know in paragraphs, trying to fix things, but she just didn't want to answer or anything like that. So this is when I close the book and it's over. I trust God, I trust what he's doing, and I trust that she's not meant to be in my life for a reason. So I'm just going to move on and pray that God brings me very close and real friends. Also, this isn't me putting her down in any way. This is just me closing the situation and putting my piece in it since she wanted to make a video on it. Here I am making a video expressing what really happened and what I really am feeling. Anyways, guys, enough of that talk. We're off that topic. I'm going to show you guys my outfit. Okay, so I moved you outside to show you the fit. Here it is. And I hope you guys have a beautiful...
Up next, at Destiny Ray.
It's clear that I'm not white, but my dad's white, so he's gotten into a lot of trouble for having a black daughter. This is him. My dad was the custodian at my middle school, and not all the teachers knew that. My dad and I decided that we were gonna go on a late night walk because we wanted to go to the convenience store, and it so happens that the teachers at my school were having some sort of staff dinner in the same plaza. My dad and I go to the convenience store, and we come out, and I guess the teachers are leaving now. We're walking back home, and we see like a car slow down beside us, and then it like turns all the way over because we're still in the parking lot and like they're on the road. So he drives past us slowly and we make eye contact, and then he like zooms off, but the shock on his face was like, we were like, that was weird, but like whatever. I know for a fact this man went home and couldn't sleep at night thinking, oh my gosh, one of my students is out late at night with the custodian. The next day was a school day and my dad gets called into the office. Right away the principal said like a teacher came to him and they're extremely worried about Destiny. And my dad knew right away what teacher it was and why they were worried. Luckily, the teacher knew my dad, so it wasn't really a big deal. They kind of laughed about it, but this has happened to my dad so much, like in real life, people stopping him and being like, whoa.
Up next, at Sydney Renee Everhart.
I'm literally having like the worst day out of every person on this app. It's like my 3/4 birthday today, so I was supposed to be getting a new car. Please tell me why my dad showed up to my house with a 2022 Tesla. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate Teslas. I just hate the fact that it's a year old, like 2023 or nothing, Dad. To make matters even worse, the interior is off-white. I just wanted plain white. It's just really upsetting because it's not his 3/4 birthday, it's mine, and he's only taking his own feelings into consideration. Also really annoyed because me and my siblings normally get 750 grand to spend on our 3/4 birthday because that's 750,000, and he's only giving me 700 grand this year. And I guess that could be worse, but I already knew what I wanted, so it's just disappointing to like take my money. I haven't even got into how mad I am about my trust fund issues, which I'll tell you guys that in a sec. I need a little energy before I get into that story because it's so annoying. It always takes a little energy boost to deal with my family, but go to part 2 to hear about my trust fund.
Up next, at Amaza.
Here's the story of my 6-year-long stalker that literally stalked me for 6 years of my life. I guess he probably would have stalked me way longer, but he's, so, you know, RIP, I guess. I really don't know. You traumatized me, so burn in hell. When I was 17, I got a message on Instagram, and it was from this guy who literally looked just like Tupac, like looked like an impersonator. And let's just call said Tupac impersonator Carl. Carl messaged me and was like, "You are so beautiful, let me take you out to dinner." Of course, my 17-year-old self was like, period, Tupac. Yes, you can take me out to dinner. The only thing a guy my age had ever asked me to do was finger me in his mom's basement. So it was like, I'm being swept off my feet. Wait, was that a mistake? That was quite the mistake. I asked him how old he is, and he's like, I'm 19, and I'm like, perfect, I'm 17. He's probably so mature. Like, he's probably so mature. So a couple days later, he picks me up in a brand new Altima, and I'm just like, what 19-year-old has a brand spanking new Altima? I don't know one. At this point, I was like, is Tupac alive? Is Tupac alive? When I tell you I was expecting to go to like a McDonald's, no. We went to a steakhouse. At this point, I'm kind of like confused because he looks his age. He looks 19, but he's spending money like he's in his mid-20s. So during the date, he tells me that he only pays for dates if he ends up liking the girl a lot. So I take this as a challenge because I have $12 to my name at this point, and I'm like, he needs to like me because this place is expensive. Baby, I'm pulling out the bells and the whistles. Tell me about your trauma. Tell me about your ex-girlfriends. Tell me about your life. How's your mom? Everything I can think of. Hey babe, well, he liked me too much, all right? So he paid for the date, and then he proceeded to take me to Sonic, and we got the grossest milkshake I've ever tried in my entire life. We're waiting for that disgusting milkshake in the drive-thru. He starts telling me about the last date he went on with the last girl he went on a date with, and let's call her Maria. Start to realize that I go to school with Maria. I know who Maria is. Not only do I know who Maria is, but she's like in my inner group of friends. So like I hang out with her pretty frequently. After this like 3-hour-long date, he finally takes me home, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to ask Maria about Carl when I go to school tomorrow. Like, I need to know why he didn't pay for their date. What happened? She's so cool. Like, what happened? Next day at school, I go up to her at lunch, and I'm like, yo, you went on a date with Carl? And she's like, Carl? And I was like, yeah, Tupac Carl. Like, what about it? She's like, please tell me you didn't go on a date with him. And I'm like, yeah, I did. He took me to the steakhouse. She's like, well, on the date, I found out that he was actually 24. At this point, I'm doing the math in my head. Like, how old would Tupac be right now? And obviously it's not 24, so we were good. Like, yeah, and I also found out that he has a girlfriend. After we were done with the date, the girlfriend reached out to me, and I was like, oh, awesome. So not only is he a creep, but he also has a girlfriend. Really not shit. Like, they are not. Obviously, I text him and I'm like, you're literally a liar and a creep. Why would you lie about your age? And also you have a girlfriend. And then I just blocked him. You probably would think that would be the end of that, but it absolutely was not. I'm definitely gonna need a part 2. I'm so sorry.
That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Also, can we get 500 subscribers before October 19th, which is my birthday?
Void of any humanity.
A voice echoed through the room saying, "You should not have come here, Sarah."
She ran to my side of the car.
Her eyes were hollow voids of darkness.
Please, there's sounds of a baby crying from